Fida former council members, please. I will recognize her. I will give her a very special recognition later. We have our Fida former council members. If you're in this room today, please stand up. Fida former council members, Ambassador, I've seen you, Chairperson Clarice, Senior Counsel, Martha Karua, LSK President Faith Odhiambo, Judge Jamila, Jemima, Jedida, thank you so much. We appreciate you. And of course, Carol Kasoa. Thank you, Carol. Thank you so much. Dorcas Kita, Dorcas Kita, Senior Counsel, thank you very much. We appreciate you. We have our previous Fida EDs. I've seen Teresa Omondi, please stand up. Christine Ochieng, Judge Christine Ochieng, thank you very much. We appreciate you. I think those are the two former DEDs. Jane Serwanga, I've seen you somewhere. Please stand up so that we appreciate you. Thank you so much. Any other DED, please? And of course, Chair Clarice, thank you. You can see Clarice has served in various capacities. Thank you very much. We have staff who've served us previously. If you are here and you've served at the Fida Secretariat, please stand up, we appreciate you. I've seen many, including Governor of Kwale. Let us appreciate her and many other staff who've been there all over. Thank you so much. I can't name all of you, but we say thank you. We have our life members who are here. If you know you're a life member, Fida, please stand up so that we appreciate you. You're very many. These are our life members. We are very, very happy to have you. May God bless you as you continue serving Fida. Thank you. Finally, we have our founder, the Honorable Lillian. I would want to call our founder to come and say a few words. As she comes, let us stand up. We appreciate her. We thank you very much, Madam. Let's keep clapping. More clapping. More clapping. Karibu, Madam.
Thank you very much. I'm sure you are wondering why I'm having this mask. It's part of my dress code. But I'll remove it because now I'm just alone. I'm very, very happy to be here. In fact, it's the first time I have come out of my home because I was in this post. But I said, how can Fida, my baby, celebrate 40 years without the mother? And while I was sitting there, I was wondering, 1975, on 26th October, is when I was admitted as an advocate of the High Court of Kenya. And I started practice immediately. My brother, Keruba Mwaura, whom some of you know, embraced me and we started the law firm of K. Mwaura and Company Advocates. And while I was practicing law, I noticed that women were discriminated in all spheres of development because they did not understand their legal rights. And I started representing them in court on pro bono basis in cases of inheritance, child support, and domestic violence. But what I was doing was just a drop in the sea, because there were so many of them, and you know, we had started the law firm to make money, not to be charitable organization. I was praying to God, God, help me to see a way of helping these women. And my prayers were answered in 1985, 10 years later. But I kept on praying. And this was when we held, or the UN held the 4th UN Conference on Women in Nairobi. And alongside the conference there was NGOs forum called, some of you may know, or may recall, called Forum 85, where so many women organizations, NGOs attended. Among them was International Fida organization. And I was privileged enough to meet the president of Fida International, the late Karen Duncan from Sweden. And I invited them with the other women lawyers from all over the world and local lawyers to my house and made dinner for them. And I cooked the whole day. I didn't know about outside catering. I cooked for 100 guests. And I only spent 7,000. Of course, I got veggies from my shamba, but we didn't have these white or red things there. I mean, it was a very simple lunch, but that's the day we got in touch, or we learned about International Federation of Women Lawyers Objectives. And I said, after the dinner, I said, this is the organization we need in Kenya. So after the dinner, I called the women lawyers who Her Excellency Mother read about the founders and the second generation. And we used to meet in my house. And finally, we moved to our offices at the Ajip House. And there we established the offices of Fida. We did all we could, but if you want to know the whole story, how and why Fida was formed, and its achievements and its challenges in those days, I recommend you highly to. Where is that, please? You have this. Can you scan now? Not tomorrow, now. So that you can read about it. And this is very important for the FIDA members and for our friends of FIDA and the development partners, because they started with us those early days and they are still with us. So it's very important because information is power and we need to be empowered. Now, why I am saying that I'm so happy is to see something you dreamt of coming to a reality and helping so many people. I have had the story about what's that? Teresa. You know, and so many women. And when you think, only your small head thought about this organization, it is as this, then I can rest in peace. There's something else I forgot to say. Fida is 40. On 28th September this year, I turned 78.
Thank you very much, Honorable Lillian. We love you. You are our mother, and we appreciate everything you've done. Let's give her a warm clap. Thank you very much. Allow me to call Joyce Majiwa, Senior Counsel, our chairperson of the FIDA Kenya Trustees, to just say a few remarks as I hand over to Eric Latif and Rene. Senior, karibu sana.
Friends, with all protocols observed, thank you very much for coming this evening. I'm truly touched to be here to talk with you a little bit. First of all, I bring greetings from my chair, Philip Murgor, the chair of Senior Council Bar. People are being introduced. I don't know whether deputy chairs are being introduced. I am the deputy chair of the Senior Council Bar. Yeah. So I do bring for you greetings from my chair, and I'm happy to introduce myself, quite frankly. Yeah. So, on behalf of the Board of Trustees, deeply honored to welcome you and also to thank you for coming to join us here at Fida to celebrate Fida 40 years down the line. We know that many organizations that started with a lot of gusto have fallen by the way, but Fida has lived to reach 40, and we hope that it is going to have to reach another 40 until parity is achieved. Okay? The milestone that we have achieved today is a tribute of the vision and the courage of our founders, of which one is Lillian, and everyone who has carried the mission forward. There were the founders, and there are those who carried the mission forward, championing access to justice and empowering women across generations. We thank you. As trustees, we are proud to safeguard this legacy and also to ensure that the organization maintains a strong, sustainable, and becomes true to its purpose. I'm privileged to serve alongside the exceptional team of trustees and the wisdom and the dedication which they bring to the organization. These are, our patron is Lillian Maura, Honorable Lillian Maura, who has just spoken. Thank you very much for your dedication, support, always ready to do work. Chair of the trustee board is myself, so I worked along this side with Fida. Party leader, please, I was in between I think I'm in between the founders and the second lot, because I was there at the Forum 85, but I had to travel away. So by the time I came, there was a bit of establishment. That's why sometimes I'm referred to as the founder or not founder. So I'm in between there, but I'm happy to have served the 40 years. Okay? Then we have our two vice chairs, deputy chairs, is Anne Mululu and Nancy Ikunu. Anne Mululu, please, if you're here, stand up. Yeah. Thank you very much. The members, Christine Kungu, our chair. Chair Emeritus, Naomi Wangereka, in absentia, and Chair Emeritus, Dr. Ruth Aura. Allow me also to express my heartfelt thanks to a very, very important committee. I love this committee. They have done so much work with so much gusto. Their names have been called, may be called again, but allow me to just express my heartfelt thanks to the Fida House Committee. For those who have been in Fida, you know that we have dreamt about this for the 40 years that we have been in existence, isn't it? Yeah, but this team has made it come to pass. Chaired, so the Fida, the great team is made up of Chair Anne Mululu, Vice Chair Elizabeth Mboy, Fida Kenya Chair Emeritus Nancy Ikunu, members, actually Nancy is a member. Also the other members are Caroline Odiwuor, a big supporter, Miriam Bomet, Shiro Mogeni, Phyllis Chepkemboi, Cynthia Osiro, Leah Tagweta. I think there's another Cynthia. Yeah, Njai, yeah. And of course, our chairperson, Christine Kumu, who doubles up in these things and works so hard. Thank you, Christine. So tonight, as we celebrate the 4 decades of impact, let us also look ahead with renewed commitment to justice, equality, and inclusion for all women. please allow me to propose a toast to the founders, to the partners, to the next 40 years of Fida. So allow me, even if you're sitting, just propose a toast to women's rights, to justice, to the bright future for all women in Kenya. Amen. Viva Fida! Amen, amen. Thank you very much. God bless you.
So now, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like us to acknowledge in the room the Vice Chairperson of the Senior Council's Bar, Senior Counsel Joyce Majiwa. A round of applause, please. Thank you for joining us tonight. We thank you very much. I'd like us now to call up on stage the President of the Law Society of Kenya, Faith Odhiambo. She has served at Fida Kenya. She has served in this country, and she has a lot to tell us tonight. Now, a warm round of applause for the President of the Law Society of Kenya.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. So before I speak, allow me to invite any leadership of the Law Society of Kenya present and the branch as well to come up. Any other branch officials present? Now, for the branch officials, you'll only say hello. It's only the chair of the Nairobi branch and the vice chair will say a word so that we are not kicked out.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I've been told to only say hello. My name is Caroline Hasoa. I serve the senior bar at Nairobi branch. Thank you so much. Viva Fida.
Good evening, colleagues. My name is Effie Sheila. I'm happy to be here. I serve the branch as convener Social Welfare Committee.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Wanjeri Elizabeth Wangoi. I serve you in council as a coast representative. My apologies today, I didn't keep to the dress code. I actually came here straight from Maua, but I'm happy to be here with you. Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I serve in the Mombasa Law Society. Greetings from the chair, Natasha. Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mudoni Gashara. I serve as a council member in the Nairobi branch as a tenant.
Allow me to adopt the protocols that have been laid down. Good evening. My name is Teresia Vinya Nicholas. I currently serve as a general member at the national office, and I'm happy to be here. Fida at 40. Thank you.
Viva Fida. Viva Fida. My name is Eric Kivuva, chair the LSK Nairobi branch. I'm also the chair of the Chairs Caucus. So I bring you greetings from the Caucus of Chairs. And just to say that for a 40-year-old with a home in Karen, with throwing us a very lavish dinner today, I want to congratulate you, Madam Chair. Fida at 40 is looking impressive. And if you say this is the breakthrough place, I don't know what is next, but we wish you well and we celebrate you. Thank you very much.
Viva Fida, viva. Viva Fida, viva. My name is Maura Kabata. I do serve you as the Vice President of the Law Society of Kenya. Allow me first to confess that I'm extremely shy. It's been a long time since I've been in the company of very many beautiful women. I made this comment deliberately because I left my wife at home sleeping. It is not in my usual occurrences to make such, but first of all, allow me to ask Senior Counsel Martha Karua to forgive me because our paths crossed at some point, and I do not want to ask for forgiveness when you become president, Senior Counsel. Fida Kenya continues to inspire the Law Society of Kenya. Your achievements, the Law Society being your elder sister, are quite remarkable, and we are extremely, extremely proudly associated with Fida. You continue to inspire us, as Chair Kivuva is saying, that at 40 you already are doing what giants should be doing. I'm speaking that referring to the giant behind me on my left. The remarkable achievements that the council run by Faith Odhiambo are quite remarkable, and I still have to remind you that behind every successful woman, I thank you so much, and I wish you 40 more years of great success as Santeni-san.
So, ladies and gentlemen, these are the team of people we work together with. And the reason you have not seen any impeachment motion is because we continue to work together and you ensure you acknowledge them in whatever opportunity and capacity. So today I'm quite excited. Fida for me was somewhere I started as a student leader. I joined Fida as a student, recruited by my seniors before, UDC Jenny and Rosalyn Odede. And Rosalyn, for me, is very special. In her absentia, I really thank her because she really held my hand before even I joined the legal profession. And she walked through with me, and she's also part of the people who encouraged me to join Fida leadership at a point that I was quite young. And so I think maybe members of the Law Society did not know my stubborn streak, but my people at Fida knew the nature of faith because they had experienced me. And I learned from these amazing women. I remember one thing that students used to love is Fida used to invite you for these lunches to come and meet top women in law, and then the lunch is free at Norfolk or Serena, places that you couldn't afford then, but they wined and dined you. They taught you without having to sit you through etiquette classes, helped you network without telling you this is the way how it's done exactly, but by exposing you to those opportunities. So for me, it's a night of celebrating, of being home. The energy, the elegance, and the legacy in this room, you can almost feel 40 years of courage, conviction, and compassion in the air. As someone who has the privilege of serving as council member and board secretary of Fida Kenya, it is a profound honor to stand here tonight to witness just how far this organization has come and to celebrate the incredible journey it has charted over 4 decades. 40 years. Can you feel the excitement? And as much as LSK may be your big sister, LSK benefited from Fida Kenya's leadership and support at a time some 4 years ago that LSK nearly crumbled. And so it took also that strength of the leadership of Fida to stand strong and say they were standing with members of the Law Society of Kenya. And so this is a very important relationship that we share. 40 is not just a number, it's a story. A story of women who refused to wait for permission to lead, a story of lawyers who built a movement long before gender justice became a buzzword. A story of Fida Kenya, the heartbeat of women's rights and advocacy in our nation. When Fida was born in 1985, the landscape looked very different. Few women were at the bar, fewer still at the bench, and the idea of feminist legal practice sounded almost radical. I remember some of the people I used to find quite radical when we'd go to the High Court of Appeal then buildings. If you remember the Supreme Court, those buildings that look like shanties, where you cross those white buildings, you meet Jan Mohammed wearing white. And you're in shock because you've never seen an advocate wearing white and going into court. And meeting fierce women arguing in succession matters, divorce matters, criminal matters. And I would stand, and even the benefits that today maybe our juniors don't have is coming to watch seniors argue in court and listening and watching them in action. Lessons that can never be taught in classrooms. You can only watch and learn and awe. But visionaries, fierce and unyielding, came together and said, we can make the law work for women. And they did. Today, because of Fida, countless women and girls have found justice, safety, and dignity. The Constitution bears your fingerprints, from equality provisions to family law reform, and the generation of advocates have found inspiration in your example. As the president of the Law Society of Kenya, I want to say this clearly. I am very proud of Fida Kenya. I'm a product of Fida, and Fida has built so many others. Fida has not only advanced the cause of women's rights, it has elevated the entire profession. It has reminded us that justice is not complete unless it includes everyone. And I want to say that even the notion that Fida is just for women and children nowadays is not the case, because you find men coming to Fida because of mediation. The mediation system has changed the mindset that men used to have about Fida Kenya, because they feel Fida, through the mediation system, is able to bridge gaps, is able to bring families together, is able to focus on what is in the best interest of the family and, most importantly, the child. We often say justice delayed is justice denied. Tonight, I'll add, justice gendered is justice refined. Now, I promise not to turn this dinner into a legal symposium, though old habits die hard. But indulge me one brief reference to Article 27 of our Constitution, the guarantee of equality and freedom from discrimination. For 40 years, Fida Kenya has breathed life into that article, making equality not just a constitutional promise, but a lived experience for many. Many may not know, but the Kusalimiana culture could have started from Fida Kenya. Because I remember when the Duale Bill was being argued and discussed, Fida Kenya took to ensure that they called ensured women, men, young ladies, young men, called their members of parliament, urging them to go and vote and support that bill. And how fitting it is that tonight we hold the inaugural Excellence Awards, because excellence is what Fida defines. From landmark cases to community legal aid, from legislative advocacy to mentorship, you have set the gold standard for public interest lawyering. So to tonight's heroines, congratulations. You embody what Michelle Obama once said. Success isn't about how much money you make. It's about the difference you make in people's lives. Allow me to also celebrate the current leadership, the board led by the chair, Christine Kumu, the executive director, staff, and all who keep Fida's flame burning. You have built an organization that is both powerful and humane, and that can sit in boardrooms and stand in court corridors with equal grace. And to the men who have stood beside Fida, men in the room, hey, hey. You as allies and colleagues and supporters, thank you for proving that gender equality is not a woman's issue. It is a justice issue. And if we are honest, And if we are honest, Fida has also taught some of the men in the profession that silence is not always golden. Sometimes it means you're losing the argument. Jokes aside, tonight is not only about looking back, it's about looking ahead. The next 40 years will demand even more courage, innovation, and solidarity. The world is changing. Technology, climate governance, and justice must evolve with it. Let us imagine a future where every girl who dreams of becoming a lawyer finds a seat at the table, where access to justice is not determined by gender or geography, and where the ideals that founded Fida Kenya remain alive: compassion, fairness, and unshakable integrity. In the words of Wangari Maathai, you cannot protect the environment unless you empower people, inform them, and help them understand that these resources are their own. In the same way, we cannot protect justice unless we empower women, educate the society, and remind the nation that equality belongs to all of us. So tonight, as we raise our glasses, let us toast to 40 years of courage, 40 years of trailblazing women, and to 40 more of purpose, progress, and power. Happy 40th anniversary. Thank you, Fida Kenya.
I think we should give another round of applause for our president. Thank you ever so much. Isn't it a wonderful coincidence that as we celebrate 40 at Fida, we would also be celebrating a female president of the Law Society of Kenya. Up next, we want to acknowledge Mr. John Cox. You know this one is going to like happen. So just work with me, okay? Lorion of Code. You know how people do it. I manage the L and the R of the ORCC, represented by Agatha Wahome, who will come to deliver this speech. A round of applause for Agatha as she comes up, please. Agatha, how did I do with the name? I didn't look for it. Please recognize me. A round of applause as she comes up.
Allow me to ride on the protocols that have already been established. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'll start by saying that my name is Agatha Wahome. I am an assistant registrar of political parties, and I'm here to represent the registrar, Mr. John Cox Lorionoko. And let me start by saying that I am honored to be here this evening, and I wish to congratulate Fida for the journey that the organization has taken, and for allowing yourselves to grow and become a 40-year-old. Congratulations. I also want to pass my congratulations to the distinguished ladies who decided to give birth to this baby and parent it to where it is currently. They are women who dared to dream and to achieve so much. So congratulations so much. I will go to the message from the Registrar of Political Parties. And the office of the Registrar contributes in the strengthening of democracy through promotion of political rights as enshrined in our Constitution. This right is guaranteed for all Kenyans, and the office endeavors to promote the inclusion of the youth, the PWDs, and women in all the political engagements. Our commitment is to work towards the realization of the Constitution, including the two-third gender on representation in all aspects. And as an office, our mandate is to register, regulate, and supervise political parties, and build capacity within parties to enable them institutionalize organs and operations that promote these democratic principles and foster good governance. We are aware that a lot has been done, but there is still much more that needs to be done to ensure a gender-inclusive political participation process, especially for women. Even where there is inclusion, it needs to go beyond the minimum required to bridge the gap and move towards greater participation, especially by women. There is need to build capacity in order for women to compete in the political arena, and to enable this, some of the focus areas that includes a lot of attention to empower women includes training, especially on the digital tools and social media, so that they can be able to sell their agenda more, equipped with skills that are especially in the communication, debating and public speaking, dealing with gender-based harassment, including cyberbullying, which is a major discouragement for many women, sensitization on the balance between political and family life, and psychosocial support for women as they celebrate victory, as well as for those who lose in elections. There is also the issue of financial support, which is a major challenge for most women. Various governance structures that are set by the parties. There is also the issue of dialogue with political parties to ensure that meaningful positions are given to women, as much as it is not an issue that is regulated. And this is to enable to have more women hold key positions in decision-making positions, especially in the political parties, so that we can have more party leaders, as we have today here in our presence, more secretary generals, more chairpersons, and other key positions where decisions are made. And therefore, I take this opportunity to thank Fida for their role in contributing, in continually advocating for gender-responsive reforms, and I look forward to more engagement with Fida as we continue championing for women empowerment. Thank you very much. May God bless Fida, and may God bless all of you. Asante.
Of the People's Liberation Party, that the party leader is a member of Fida, that the Secretary General of PLP, where are you, please stand up, Asha, is a member of Fida. Yeah, now that today's theme was the PLP colors, everything's going to be that. Next up on stage, we'll hear from the Office of the President's Advisor on Women's Rights. And we're going to call up on stage the Director of Legal, Caroline Karimi, to come and deliver remarks on behalf of Ms. Harriet Chigai. A round of applause, please.
Good evening. It's quite a beautiful sight up here. The splash of purple, powerful women in the room. It's a great honor to be here today. My name is Caroline Karimi. I'm the Director of Legal in the Office of the Women Rights Advisor. And I know many of you must have heard about the Office of the Women's Rights Advisor. Before I proceed, I think I want to echo what the President of the LSK said today about the men in the room. Because in our office, we strongly believe that women can move, but they would move further when they have the men. And we want to acknowledge all the men in the room. Could you kindly stand? Let's applaud for these men. It is not easy to be in a room full of women. We call them the he for she. Asanteni. Kindly also accept the greetings of Honorable Harriet Chigai. She really wanted to be here today. Unfortunately, something personal came up and she had to attend to it. But I am here to deliver her message, and I hope that we'll all be with us in this. So I stand on the protocols established before me. The chief guest, distinguished guests, friends, partners in justice, good evening. Tonight, we gather not merely to celebrate a milestone, but to honor a movement. 40 years of Fida Kenya's unwavering defiance against injustice. Its unyielding voice for women and girls, and its relentless pursuit of equality and dignity for every Kenyan woman. The Fida Kenya Gala Awards are far more than an evening of recognition. They are a testament to Kenya's enduring journey toward fairness, inclusion, and human dignity. They remind us that the advancement of women's rights is not a gift to be taken for granted, but a goal to be fought for through courage, vision, and unwavering conviction. For 4 decades, Fida Kenya has championed women's rights advocacy, defending those who have been silenced, opening doors for those excluded, and building a Kenya where equality is not only promised in our laws, but practiced in our lives. Fida's record of legal advocacy speaks powerfully for itself. It has taken up broader structural justice issues for women. We are reminded of the cases in court that Fida has fought for, such as the Kenya National Union cases that Fida took to court, which challenged the nurses' strike that impaired women's access to services and helped clarify when essential services limitations apply. We also remember the case of Millicent Oworo-Muya and another against Fida that was taken to court by Fida. And Fida was able to secure a favorable ruling when the court declared that detaining women in maternity hospitals for inability to pay constituted a violation of their rights to dignity and health. These cases reinforce that legal justice for women is not just about single issues. It's about reshaping the system so that women's rights are central in law, policy, and practice. But tonight, as we celebrate, we must also confront the sobering truth. Nearly 4 in 10 women have experienced physical or sexual violence in their lifetime. In 2024 alone, over 3,700 cases of GBV were reported through government and civil society hotlines, and many more went unreported. More than 150 cases of femicide were recorded in 2024, a figure that continues to rise. With most victims under 35 years of age, cases of TFGBV, the technologically facilitated GBV, which include online stalking, non-consensual image sharing, digital harassment, have tripled in the past 3 years, affecting women leaders, journalists, and young girls. And as I say this, we acknowledge Madam Baraza, Honorable Baraza, who has been leading the Presidential Technical Working Group on Femicide and GBV. Thank you for the work that you have done, and we look forward to that report. These numbers are not statistics. They're not statistics. They are stories of lives cut short, dreams interrupted, and families broken. They are a call to conscience for every leader, policymaker, and citizen. Beyond human suffering, GBV also imposes a heavy economic cost. Studies globally show that violence against women erodes productivity, undermines businesses, and drains national GDP by billions of shillings. For Kenya, this means slowed progress towards our development goals, diminished investor confidence, and weakened human capital. We must also confront a deeper societal question. Is GBV only a women's issue? The answer is no. It is a community issue, a development issue, a human rights issue, and ultimately a justice issue. Women live in fear, entire societies suffer. When women live in fear, entire societies suffer. When women's voices are silenced, democracy itself is diminished. The path forward is not only about protection, but also about empowerment. Evidence shows that women's economic empowerment is one of the most powerful antidotes to GBV. When women have access to financial resources, when they are integrated into value chains, when they own land, when they lead businesses, their bargaining power increases and vulnerability to violence decreases. The Office of the Women Rights Advisor has been zealously championing legal and social justice for women, girls, and also the boy child. We have led national dialogues on femicide and pushed for stronger legal protection against SGBV. We have currently mapped gaps in laws and are leading efforts to have necessary legislative amendments. We welcome Fida and everyone in this room, each and every one of you, to join in our Safe Home, Safe Spaces campaign that seeks to ensure that we create environments that guarantee women and children's safety, equality, and justice. So tonight, as we honor those who have gone above and beyond in defending the rights of women, let us remember that every step forward has been the result of collective effort, of citizens, lawyers, activists, policymakers, and leaders who believe that justice for women strengthens justice for all. Let us renew our shared commitment to keep amplifying women's voices, to break down the barriers that still hold many back, and to nurture a nation where every girl knows that her dreams are valid, her safety is guaranteed, and her contribution is valued. Congratulations to tonight's honoraries and to Fida Kenya, Madam Chair, for your steadfast leadership. My office stands with you, and as an ally, an advocate, and a believer in the boundless potential of Kenyan women. Thank you, and may tonight's celebration remind us all that the work of equality must continue with valor and hope. Thank you. Harriet Chigai.
Thank you very much, Caroline Karimi, Director Legal, representing Honorable Harriet Chigai, President's Advisor on Women's Rights. We want to hear the words of one who has greatly supported Fida. You mentioned the he for she, and he certainly has been one. The Honorable Kalonzo Musyoka, Senior Counsel and Party Leader, Wiper Patriotic Front, who is represented this evening by Ambassador Judith Jenny. A round of applause for two visitors to come to us.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, all protocols observed. I'm so happy to see many of you. Judge Omondi, I've not seen you in a long time. And everybody else, the most senior Judge Jamila, and the young advocates. Before I say anything, I think I was also not recognized as a former vice chair. I took that position, I think, for 2 terms. It can be confirmed. So it was a privilege, and it's always a privilege to serve at Fida. Thank you very much. I gave apologies of His Excellency, Dr. Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka, Senior Counsel. He told me he was also going to be represented by his colleagues and the other standing president, Honorable Martha Karua, Her Excellency. He's always supported Fida. He believes in Fida. He's a champion of the human rights and defender. I remember he also gave me an opportunity to serve at the Senate as a senator. So he gives women space on leadership. And while we were doing the Dwale bill, I also had the Sigeni bill at the Senate. He whipped all the MPs of Wiper and Azimio and all friends to see if we could achieve our dream of the two-third gender bill. But the struggle continues, and we know we will do it. And I know he's always calling upon us, and if an opportunity comes, we can reach out to him because he believes in us. There's one thing we need to correct, because when he told me to come, he said he's a live member of Fida, but we could confirm whether he's a live friend of Fida if there is something like that. If there isn't, then you should create that position, because there are people who really believe in you. So he's congratulated you again, and long live Fida. Thank you.
Allow us to whisper in my attempts all the way in front of you.
Thank you. Let's give Renee a clap. At this particular point, I want to call it one of our partners, a friend of Fida. The Office of the President is a friend of Fida. Allow me to call Madam Mercy to come and give a brief remark. Let's give her a clap as she comes. Madam is the Secretary to the Cabinet and the country is the inaugural Fida Assembly.
Thank you very much indeed. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Allow me to write on the protocols observed because you've heard their standing president, their sitting one, their chairs, their former chairs. What else have we had? Vice chairs, their honorary women. There are so many of them. I recognize you all. Today is a special moment. It is a special moment indeed because we spend an evening like this in a space with people who have dedicated many years breaking barriers and advancing justice is really very, very inspirational. And seeing that they come together to celebrate with such pomp and color once more really warms our hearts. Indeed, we do recognize Fida as a critical stakeholder at the executive in the presidency, and seeing the kind of stories that we have had, the promises and the commitments made, the future can only be bright. Last year, I had an opportunity to spend some time with the women who attended the Nairobi conference and then went onwards to Beijing. It was powerful listening to those conversations. And right then, it made me realize that even where we were gathered, we would not have been able to sit there in 1985 and before because of those times. It occurred to me that even the job that some of us occupied, we would not have occupied because of the times then. And this is how Fida came to be advances indeed. That it took bravery and it took courage for these gains to be made. I'm also very aware of the vulnerabilities that exist and the dangers of rollback. Because when gains are made and not protected and ring-fenced, they move back imperceptibly, slowly, in plain sight, and are lost. So I'm so thankful to Honorable Lillian Waura for capturing the experience, capturing the journey to help us reflect on the future. I'm also very conscious that there's a lot of unfinished business, and this is why we are here today. This is why I join you today to pause and reflect on the past, indeed to imagine the future that we all hope for, and to make a recommitment in the advancement of women's rights. Congratulations and forty. Viva Fida! Viva Fida! Thank you.
At this particular point, allow me to call one of our lifetime members of Fida, the Governor of Kwale. Please be upstanding as we have the one and only Fatma Achani on stage to make her remarks. Karibu sana. Continue clapping. Continue clapping. Thank you. Karibu Governor.
Thank you, Chair. Good evening. All protocol observed. I appreciate being one of you today in these celebrations. My name is Governor Fatuma Achani. I'm a product of Fida Kenya. And because of Fida Kenya, here I am. I was able to break the glass ceiling to become the first female Muslim governor. And I've taken the teachings of Fida Kenya to where I am. In my administration, I've made sure that whatever we are teaching as Fida Kenya is being carried in the counties. I give priority to people. Public participation is a must in my county. I give my community an opportunity to suggest what we do. So public participation in budget process starts from village unit level to county level. Another principle is to make sure that we take services closer to the people. And that's why we fought for the Constitution as Fida. When we came into power, we had 31 health facilities. As we are speaking, we have 177 health facilities in the county. From 0 ECD centers to 540 ECD centers. Child-friendly centers with over 900 ECD teachers on permanent and pensionable basis. And on matters women economic empowerment, because most of the matters we deal with as Fida are because of poverty or women being depending on men. So as a governor, I've come up with a program where we empower women in opening companies. As we are speaking, we have over 300 women group companies. And we are doing business with the companies. Last financial year, I gave tenders to 150 women group companies. So I've decided I'm going to empower women for the women to be free. I don't have much to say. I'm happy to be part and parcel of Fida. Viva Fida! Asanteni sana, and to the founders, Honorable Lillian and colleagues, asanteni sana. Tusingekuwa pale tulipo if it were not for you. Asanteni sana.
Thank you so much, Governor. Let's give Governor a warm round of applause. At this particular juncture, it is my honor to call upon our chief guest, Lady Justice Helen Omondi, representing the Chief Justice of the Republic of Kenya, Martha Koome. Let's be upstanding as we welcome our chief guest, Lady Justice Helen Omondi.
Thank you, and you may have your seats, please. A very good evening to you all. Although Eric's advised that you may partake but not obey what that drink tells you to do, even just by watching that drink, it seems to be telling me that I should be singing a song. No, but actually I was thinking about the Chief Justice, and I know that wherever she is, she must be singing this song. For those who lived in those days before Satan became a tailor, heard of that. For those who lived in those days, there was a singer known as Judith Bocha. You remember? And she would sing a song that said, "If I could be in two places at the same time," yes, I'm sure the Chief Justice would have wanted to be here. She's just had a lot on her plate. But it is a great pleasure to have had this opportunity to represent her. And so I will read her speech. But maybe before I do that, because I know after reading her speech, then protocol demands that I should not say anything else. But a few phrases that I put when listening to the speakers: unwavering, unyielding, opening spaces, reshaping, empowering. Life gets better at 40. And I wish I had Joseph Kimani's voice and I'd say, "Viva Fida!" Yes. So this is the speech by, the remarks by the Honorable Chief Justice. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, friends, family, it gives me great pleasure to address you tonight during this gala dinner. This is an evening of celebration and renewed commitment to a cause that lies very close to my heart: the promotion of women and girls' rights and the advancement of gender equality in our society. Allow me at the outset to extend my sincere appreciation to Fida Kenya for the kind invitation to be your chief guest this evening. I feel deeply honored to be part of this gathering that brings together women and men who believe in justice, equality, and the transformative power of collective action. This occasion is especially meaningful to me. Many years ago, in 1997, I had the privilege to be elected as chairperson of Fida Kenya. That experience, that is the Chief Justice, yes, yeah? That experience remains one of the defining chapters of my professional life. It was a time of profound learning about law, about leadership, but most importantly, about sisterhood and solidarity. It taught me that when women come together with purpose, courage, and clarity of vision, we can change not only our own lives, but also the lives of generations to come. Tonight, I am a proud daughter of this movement, a movement that has over the decades refused to be silenced or sidelined in the pursuit of justice and equality. Commending Fida Kenya's work and impact, I say the following. Since the founding of Fida in 1985, Fida Kenya has stood as a beacon of hope, advocacy, and women and girls' empowerment. You have championed women's and girls' rights in every sphere of life, from homes and classrooms to courts and corridors of power, to shops and farms in the land. You have provided legal aid to thousands of women who might otherwise never have accessed justice. You have trained paralegals, nurtured community advocates, and built a generation of women who understand that the law is not a weapon against them, but a shield for their dignity. You have shaped public policy, influenced legislation, and reminded this nation that the rights of women are not optional entitlements, but constitutional imperatives. Your interventions in family law, gender-based violence, sexual and reproductive health rights, access to justice and political representation have transformed this country's social and political landscape in ways that words alone cannot capture. For this, I truly commend you, Fida Kenya. You have not only been lawyers for women, but you have also been architects of a more equal Kenya. On reflecting on the fruits of post-2010 era, the fruits of that labor are visible all around us, especially in the post-2010 constitutional era. The transformative constitution of Kenya enshrined gender equality as a constitutional value and principle of governance. It guarantees women equal rights in political, social, and economic life, and it mandates inclusivity in representation and public appointments. Today, we witness more women serving as cabinet secretaries, principal secretaries, governors, senators, members of parliament, judges, magistrates, and leaders in both public and private sectors. This transformation did not happen by accident. It is the result of decades of advocacy, of persistent voices, and courageous women, many of them from Fida Kenya, who dared to dream of a Kenya where gender would no longer be a barrier to opportunity. As regards the judiciary's commitment to advancing women and girls' rights, in the judiciary, we have taken this constitutional promise seriously. Through our blueprint, the social transformation through access to justice, we are intentionally embedding gender responsiveness, inclusivity, and equality in all aspects of judicial administration. We have mainstreamed gender in judicial policies, improved access to justice for victims of gender-based violence, and prioritized establishment of specialized courts such as the Gender Justice Courts. We continue to champion gender-sensitive jurisprudence, ensuring that judicial decisions uphold both the letter and the spirit of the Constitution. Moreover, the judiciary is actively working to enhance women's leadership within its own ranks. This ensures that women are not only participants in justice, but also shapers of justice. As regards the need for movement building and confidence building, even as we celebrate these milestones, we must remember that the struggle for equality is not a destination, but a journey. The progress we see today is still fragile, and we must remain vigilant and sustain the advocacy. We must continue building movements that nurture young women leaders. This is because movements that build confidence, provide mentorship, open doors to participation in decision-making spaces will enhance this country. The next generation must not only inherit our victories, but they must also inherit our courage. True empowerment means ensuring that women and girls are equipped to stand tall, speak boldly, and lead fearlessly in every sector and in every part of our community. And this is a call to action. As we look ahead, let us renew our commitment to justice and equality. Let us challenge harmful norms, dismantle barriers, and amplify women's voices in governance, in the economy, and the society. Let us ensure that no girl grows up doubting her worth or her right to dream without limits. To the men in the room, we thank you for your partnership, for standing not behind us, but beside us. Gender equality is not a women's agenda, it is a national agenda. Together, we must keep building a Kenya where every woman and every girl can thrive in safety, dignity, and equality. I conclude as follows. In closing, allow me once again to express my heartfelt gratitude to Fida Kenya for your vision, your courage, and your steadfast commitment to justice. You have inspired generations of women, including myself. As we celebrate tonight, let us do so with pride in how far we have come and with determination for how much further we must go. Congratulations to you all, and especially the leadership, on your incredible journey, and may your light continue to illuminate the path towards an equal and just and inclusive Kenya. Viva Fida. Thank you and enjoy the evening. May God bless you.
Indeed, viva Fida! Viva Fida! Isn't it incredible that we would have, when we are celebrating 40 years, just see the theme of things. Female President of the Law Society of Kenya, first female Chief Justice of the Republic of Kenya at 40. If you don't see God incident in this, I don't know what you're looking for. And I want to acknowledge another first, many other firsts. The first female DCJ, who may herself have paved the way for the first female Chief Justice. Dr. Nancy Baraza, please, let's give a round of applause. She broke a glass ceiling, and so it was normal that we would have a female DCJ. We acknowledge you. The first female Minister of Justice. That it became normal that that office should be occupied by a female, indeed perhaps paving the way for the first female Attorney General. Let's agree, women, when we walk into a room, we leave the door open so that other women can come through. We're not going alone. The first female Secretary to the Cabinet, paving the way for what will soon be the first female President of the Republic of Kenya. Viva Fida!
Where? Viva Fida! You know, as a daughter of a mother and a father of a daughter, I am a serious champion for all the things that you're talking about. Because it should be normal for my daughter to grow up seeing that this is normal. It should be normal for my daughter to grow up seeing a female Chief Justice, a female presidential candidate, a female, not once, right? I'm talking about the candidates, because the first time I took my daughter to a polling station, there was a woman on the presidential ticket. That was in 2013. And I told her, I am taking you there so that you see that it's normal. Okay? And yeah, we are paving the way for this very, very possible future. Now remember, we have some merchandise on sale in support of the fundraising for Fida. And also we have a marketplace where we are showcasing Fida's work in the last 40 years. And this, you'll be interacting with it as you step out of this hall. What we're going to do next is we are going to go into the second part. So we've been celebrating Fida at 40. Now let us celebrate the people who have actually held Fida up in those 40 years. This is our second phase of our event tonight, where it's the award ceremony. The band, are you ready? You hear that? So, when we go into the awards, we'll be following the drum beat of the band and the beautiful voice of Sefu and the
Commander Band.
Shower. First, before we do that, let's hear from the judging panel. And we welcome the chairperson of the Fida Kenya Awards jury, Honorable Christina Gimba, to come and tell us what they thought about when they were selecting tonight's winners, to come and tell us those that do not win are also winners. You know those things that we say. But are the winners are the actual winners? Please. A round of applause.
Christina Gimba.
Good evening, everyone. Even though it's already late in the night, let me start off by saying that I had the distinct honor of serving with fellow members of the jury and chairing the jury to consider the Fida Kenya Excellence Awards nominees. And allow me at this point to recognize my fellow members of the jury, Senior Counsel Charles Kanjama, please stand up, and Mr. Ray. So we had the role to come up with the list of the winners. But let me walk you through the process so that you understand just how transparent this process was. Fida Kenya announced a public call for nominations on the 6th of October for 16 award categories. And I'm sure many of you here saw that announcement. By the nomination deadline of 10th October, 989 valid entries had been received. That's how seriously we all took the awards. Following a verification process, 201 nominations were longlisted across the various categories, with the exception of 2 categories: the Outstanding Legislator category and the Private Sector Champion, which were unfortunately omitted due to lack of responses. A team of independent assessors subsequently evaluated the long-listed nominees across the 14 categories, and then shortlisted and interviewed the top 3 candidates per category, and in this process, only one shortlisted nominee failed to attend the interview. And at this point, I would like to recognize the independent assessors if they're here with us today. If you're here, please wave your hands. The assessors were chaired by Charles, and I think present here are Is that Joyce Nyambura? Joyce Nyambura, Edna Muyungi, Vanessa Lila. I don't see Charles here, and I don't see Barack, but they were the team of independent assessors, and they were supported in this process by Marco Ward of the Fida Secretariat, who also supported the jury. So the jury, the members of the jury then reviewed the recommendations provided by the independent assessors, and we had an opportunity to consider these and to moderate them accordingly. During this phase, one additional category was eliminated as the members of the jury felt that the requirements that were considered for this category were not sufficiently met. Let me also point out that members of the Fida board and staff did not participate in this process in any way, except for the one member of the Fida Secretariat who offered technical support to the process. So as the jury, we affirmed that the nomination, assessment, review, and selection processes were conducted objectively, fairly, and without external influence. So it was our distinct privilege then to submit the list of winners with the 13 categories to the organizers of the Fida Excellence Awards. Winners that we believe demonstrate the vision and the values of Fida, which have been so elaborately highlighted this evening. So let me take this opportunity on behalf of members of the jury to congratulate the winners of the inaugural Fida Excellence Awards.
Thank you very much. Now we need to just want to reflect the stand up and prepare us for this award ceremony, this next phase, so that we are able to cheer everybody to win.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Muko tayari? Watu wanasema tuko tayari. Muko tayari? Siwasikii. Muko tayari? Muko tayari? Tuko tayari kwa mapambano. Tuko tayari. Tuko tayari kwa mapambano. You're not ready. Tuko tayari kwa mapambano. Tuko tayari kwa mapambano. Let me see you like this. Tuko tayari kwa mapambano. Tuko tayari kwa mapambano. Tuko tayari kwa uongozi. Tuko tayari kwa uongozi.
Hao ni makamanda. Hao ndio wanaitwa makamanda. Are you ready for the awards? We have several categories. Here's how we're going to do it. So when we announce the second runner-up, you come quickly. The first runner-up, you come quickly. The winner, you come quickly. Because we don't have much time, quickly. Because we go to the next one, quickly. Okay? Hi. Hi. Very good. Our first category of awards for this evening. For this one, I'd like to call Senior Counsel Joyce Majiwa. Shiria, stepped out. So I'm going to call the chair then. The chair of Fida Kenya, Christine Kongo, to come and present this one. Outstanding Public Service Officer Award. Let us clap for the chair of Fida Kenya. She's coming to present this one. Outstanding Public Service Officer. Renee, you have the winners.
And the second runner-up is Faith Kanya Muniria. The first runner-up, Zakim Razan. And the winner is Yasha Mohammed.
Who is who? Let's not confuse people. Where is Faith? Okay, the first one up. First one up. Kim. Congratulations, the photo. All right, thank you. And then the winner.
And the winner, Biafra, please. Thank you for being so generous and representing Faith as well.
The second, next category is male champion, and I'll ask the chair to still remain on stage to present for this one. Male champion. That's nice.
All right. Let's see our honorary female.
On male champion.
Second runner-up, Harun Mwadena Wiesi. First runner-up, James Atito Omolo. And the winner is, drum rolls please,
Drum roll for the winner.
Victor
John Onyango Otieno, male champion for gender justice.
I'm on the run, and then I take a stop. I had to run like a fugitive to save the life I live. I'm gonna be like a lion in Zion. I'm gonna be iron like a lion in Zion. Lion, lion, Zion, Hey, I'm on the run.
Congratulations. Next category, diversity and inclusion champion. Diversity and inclusion champion. Chair, you still remain here to give this one. Diversity and inclusion champion.
And the second runner-up is... Dun, 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 dun. Suspense, really. The second runner-up is Esther Baguta. Esther, can you please come up? First runner-up is Melinda Adiambo, and the winner is Eva Akinyi Nyamongo. Congratulations.
Eva Akinyi Nyamongo, congratulations.
I'm on the run, and then I take a stop. I had to run like a fugitive to save the life I live. I'm gonna be iron like a lion in Zion. I'm gonna be iron like a lion in Zion. Lion, lion, Zion, lion. Yeah, I'm on the run, running like a runner.
Congratulations, Faith.
See, I'm about to take a stop, running like a fugitive. I had to run like a fugitive. Ooh, Lord, just to save the life I live. Oh no, I'm gonna be iron like a lion in Zion. I'm gonna be iron like a lion in Zion. Lion, lion, Zion. Lion, lion, Zion. Hey. Running like a runner. Say I'm about to take a stop. Running like a fugitive. I had to run like a fugitive. Ooh, Lord, just to save the life I live. Oh no, I'm gonna be iron like a lion in Zion. I'm gonna be iron like a lion in Zion. Lion, lion, Zion. I'm gonna be iron like a lion in Zion. I'm gonna be iron like a lion in Zion. Lion, lion, Zion. Lion.
A round of applause for Belinda. winner, congratulations, Eva Akini Nyamo.
Next category we're going to announce is Outstanding AJS Practitioner. Outstanding AJS Practitioner.
All right.
Second runner-up.
Well, actually, we've just got a first runner-up for this one. Lois Nyaboke Nyachio. And
The
Lois
winner.
Here.
Drum rolls.
And drum rolls for our women's winner. Mohammed Awad Omar. A round of applause for Mohammed.
Outstanding AJS Practitioner, Mohammed Awad Omar.
So Mohammed's not with us right now, but Lois, please receive your certificate. Where are paparazzi?
The runner-up. Certificate for Joyce, the runner-up. Congratulations. The next category, we'd like to call the leadership of the Law Society of Kenya to come and present. Is the president in the room?
I think
The vice
chair
president.
deserves a round of applause.
Oh,
for
yes,
having
the
been
chair.
here for so long. Thank you, Chair.
I'll call Senior Counsel Charles Kanjama to come and present this next one. Charles Kanjama to come and present the next category of awards. Gender Responsive Reporter and Editor. Gender Responsive Reporter and Editor were the winners.
The second runner-up is Lydia Kamburi Wawasi of the Nation Media Group.
Lydia Kamburi.
The first runner-up
She's
is
coming.
Obiria of Nation Media Group. And the winner is Yvonne Kawera of Willow Health Media. Congratulations, Yvonne.
Yvonne Kawera, congratulations. Gender Responsive Editor.
Alfajiri nilizinduka, oh bella ciao, kwaherini bella ciao ciao ciao. Alfajiri
Next
nilizinduka.
category, Affirmative Action Champion. Senior Counsel Kanjama, you'll stay up on stage to present this one. Affirmative Action Champion.
For the Affirmative Action Champion, we went directly to the winner, and the winner is Nanam Widows Rising.
Nanam Widows Rising.
Bella ciao, kwaherini bella ciao ciao ciao. Alfajiri nilizinduka, nikampata mamizi. Wazalendo niondosheni, oh bella ciao, kwaherini bella ciao ciao ciao. Wazalendo niondosheni, kwani nahisi nafaa.
Our next category is Mediation Champion. Mediation Champion. Senior Counsel Kanjama, thank you very much. You may take your seat. I'd like to call up on stage Dr. Barasa for this one. Please come and present this particular award. Mediation champion.
The offering that had men come to Fida. The second runners up, Joseph Ofiro Wetoi. The first runner-up, Lina Rosa Aoma Otieno.